Hello everyone, Ben here and welcome back to Race Room. We are on the grid here at Laguna Seca in the Porsche GT4 and we are underway. We get a really good start but we get boxed in here and there's nowhere for us to go. We're basically bumping up against the Audi just up ahead and then we get squeezed from the right hand side as well. So unfortunately we haven't been able to capitalise on getting a good launch, but we do have a lot of space to just slowly break into there in the corner. We've got a car on our inside, that Audi again, and he's tipped us round. But we managed to just get back a hold of the car again. I think he nudged us back the other way as well. But what has gone from being a very promising getaway off the line as we just squeezed down the inside of the Lotus because I wasn't prepared to give up any more spots, ended up being pretty average at best really. We were in 7th place now. We've actually lost a spot off the grid where we might have gained some places. But the main thing is, despite a tiny bit of suspension damage, actually we're pretty much intact. We haven't been involved in any big contact that has sent us spinning, and we're pointing in the right direction. So back at Laguna Seca, this time in the GT4 class and back on RaceRoom. Long time viewers will know that this is probably the longest time since I've uploaded a ranked race. It's been about a week. Unfortunately, I wasn't so well last week, so all of my plans for putting content out there for you guys got put to one side, unfortunately, as I had to just focus on getting better. As look at that, we've got another car round and we've had another car go out somewhere because we're up into 5th place. So what a dramatic opening lap, despite having a pretty average start in the end because of little bits and bobs of contact as we run wide out of the last corner, and we're now going to be going 3 wide as we cross the finish line for the end of the first lap here at Laguna Seca. We're going to nudge ahead of the Audi, but the Lotus on our inside has got the pace on us. We're going to have to take to the outside line. We're going to try and hang it around the outside of the Lotus as we come into the double apex, and we get tagged again by the Audi, and this time we are round and in the gravel, and we just have to try and recover to the track, and we've dropped down into 9th place by the looks of it. Yes, as the KTM gets down our inside. That's really disappointing. I mean, it's a tricky corner, and I was aware on with the graphic there that I had a car which was nearly down my inside, but he definitely wasn't far enough down my inside to kind of keep it in there. As the cars up ahead now go jousting with one another, and actually look at that, the really nice switchback there from the Lotus. But disappointing to be spun around like that. We've got good pace here. We should really be aiming for a podium finish, and we've now got our work really cut out for us, but there's lots of action still up ahead. We've got one car spearing off to the left hand side before the corkscrew, other cars veering from left to right trying to get side by side, and you really don't want to be going side by side through that corner, to be honest. That spells danger. And look at that, we've got 5 cars up ahead all vying for the same bit of tarmac, and that's never going to work either. So we've got 2 more that go out. We're back up into 6th place, and then we've got cars side by side into the right hander, some running wide. It is all kicking off here. We might just have a little look down the inside, but we don't quite have the momentum into the final corner. We take that final corner much better than we did the lap before, and we consolidate back down into 6th place, our original grid position. So hopefully regular schedule of content will resume from here on, and we've got lots of good ranked races coming up for you over the next week or so. We've got a yellow flag out here, not quite sure where, it must have been for action on track behind us. But as far as this race is concerned, I'm pretty optimistic in terms of what we can achieve here. It's a track I know very well, and I'm really enjoying driving this Porsche in the GT4 series. That corner right there is crucial. I've been getting a much better exit than other drivers throughout the kind of practice and quali session. So we're going to dive to the inside here because you've got all of the overspeed you need and hit the apex, and then there's really nowhere for the car behind to go. And then it's all about just being neat and tidy into this left-hander to consolidate the position. There is a yellow flag out, and you can see why. There's a car there just rejoining to our left-hand side. Thankfully, it doesn't reverse all the way across the track, and that is going to put us back up into 4th place. So you can see just how quickly things can change here at Laguna Seca. It's a very technical circuit, very challenging, so it's not a surprise to see drivers making mistakes. We've flipped forward now a few minutes, and that's how long it's taken us to get on the back of this podium scrap. So third and second place are on track just ahead of us there. We've closed right in on them, and so we've got a decent shout now of getting second place in this race. It looks to me as if Martin up in first place is going to be too quick. If we were going to challenge him, we really needed to be around him on track and battling with him from the very first lap, really. So we just didn't have a good enough qualifying to kind of keep him in check. But you can see now the two cars are going to go side by side into the left-hander here. It looks to me as if the KTM's got the high ground. He's going to get the inside line, and just as I was saying a couple of laps earlier, if you can do that, then you can close off any chance of looking to fight back for the car that you've just taken. But he's got a slower run through that left-hander, so they're going to go side by side. We're going to momentarily think about making it 3 wide, but we think better of it and just come off the gas early, because that would have been definitely a big accident. There's no two ways about it. And we're going to just consolidate where we are, but the KTM has made that position stick. So we do now have to think about how are we going to get past the car up ahead now and get ourselves up into a podium place. And to be honest with you, I'm feeling a little bit impatient to do it at this point. So I think let's go for it. Let's get down into the inside, into this final corner, but we get in too hot, and I just get tyres into the gravel, and that gives Amil in the Lotus behind us the chance to get past. And so we haven't gained a place, we've actually lost one, and we're now back down into 5th place, and you know, never mind fighting for second, we're going to really struggle now to try and get our 4th place back, all because of just a small mistake of being a little bit greedy, really trying to get the move done fast, as it felt like the driver in 3rd was really struggling, and I didn't want to get stuck behind him. But in the end, by just being that little bit too greedy, perhaps not waiting for T1 of the next lap, all I've done is sacrifice the place that I had in the first place. Amil has made his way past, and so we join now again a lap or so further on, and we're right back on the bumper of the car in 4th place. And I'm thinking, right, okay, this has got to be the lap, really. If I'm going to get back into podium contention, I'm going to have to try and make this move stick. And where I'm really lining up now for a move is that left-hander at the end of this straight. If I get a better exit from this corner, then I know I've got a reasonably safe chance of making a pass here. You can run side by side through this corner. So here we go. We get late on the brakes, aim for the apex. In fairness, he doesn't really fight all that much. He's going to try and get a better exit from the corner than we do, and maybe just stick his nose out. I can see him in my rearview mirror to the left hand side, but again, he thinks better of it. We just about carry as much speed as you can through that corner without running wide into the gravel. But that then is the move done, and we're back up into 4th place as we go through the corkscrew. So it's all now going to be a question of, can we get the 2 drivers up ahead back into firing range and see if we can make a move on them in these last couple of laps. Unfortunately, we couldn't. Amil had the best pace of all of us and was able to make his way up into 2nd place, and I just couldn't sustain my pace enough in order to get alongside the other car. And so we're going to come home in 4th place at the end of an action-packed ranked race here at Laguna Seca. It always is. It's a circuit that serves up brilliant racing, and this was no exception. And all things considered, quite happy with that result. So I hope you've enjoyed the race. If you have, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, really helps us out. Here's the final classifications, and I will see you next time.